Bonjourne or bonsoir for the nighttime crowd.
Starving Arts podcast. You already know what it is. Coming at you, the first pod of 2026. I can't remember what the last episode was. I feel like it was time ago. I haven't seen you in a month.
It's been so long. I have been doing some shifts at that bingo. I don't know if did I even work at the bingo yet. When we
I think.
Did we mention it on the pod?
I think so. Yeah, Sean works at the bingo now.
I'm a bingo caller.
Sean's a
post-grad numbers.
A post-grad bingo caller.
I've got a digital marketing degree and I've used it to read 2-digit numbers for a living, and they love me for it. I'm a fucking celebrity in that place, man.
I can imagine you. I want to come one time.
Do it, lad.
I might come in disguise just so I don't throw you off.
Do it. Just don't say that you know me.
Yeah.
Because you might not be allowed in.
Yeah.
To be fair, no, actually. So they've got a rule about family members can't come in and play bingo if I'm calling.
Oh, right, okay.
But
we're only distantly related.
Oh, fuck, yeah, we are related.
Yeah, but we don't. It's not like we're like obviously related. We don't look related. You know what I mean?
But so if you're working in the machines area, then
you look like my scruffy uncle.
I am a scruffy uncle. But like, so if you're working in the machines area, then you're not allowed to have family come in and play on the machines, but they are allowed to play the bingo. If you're working in the bingo hall, you're not allowed to have family come in to play bingo, but they're allowed on the machines. But plenty of the staff have friends that come in.
Right.
And you kind of end up making friends with the regulars.
Yeah.
Like, Pauline Bennett's my guy.
Would I be allowed to come in if I was like, I don't even want to play, I just want to watch?
Probably not.
I just buy tickets to come and watch you perform at the bingo.
Nah, they'll assume that they're scoping the gaff out
right,
for a robbery. Cause it has happened before. It happened in Croxter not too long ago, apparently.
That's not surprising though, is it?
No, and we've got their manager now.
Right, okay. So she's on high alert. He's on high alert.
Yeah, it used to be Jane, but now it's Anthony.
Yeah.
He loves doing the manager special. He loves getting on stage, which I appreciate because it gives me a fucking minute.
Yeah. And Lord knows you need a minute.
Nah.
It's 2026. What are you thinking about
the year of the caterpillar?
The whole. We used to do that in college. We would assign a name to each year, so it was like year of the wub, like a wubby synth.
Yeah.
Year of the wub. Then the next year, Jack was really into chocolate nibs, so it was year of the nib.
What was 2025 the year of for us? Not even necessarily sonically, just
the year of not getting signed.
Yeah.
The year of not being famous.
The year of disappointment.
We tried that more in 2024. The year of no one listening to our songs.
Yeah.
That's every year.
Yeah, that's every year. No, that's not every year.
No.
We had one year where you listened to one of our songs and that was sick. That was great.
Yeah, and I had the audacity to make jokes about Joe Keery and his one song as Joe.
I know. And he's just so much bigger than ours. Yeah. It's almost as if he was, on Netflix. Oh my God. We've got a Netflix slot machine. We've got a Squid Game slot machine.
Oh, right. I was going to say, how does that work?
Yeah, no, it's just a regular slot machine, but the theme is Squid Game. Okay. That's the thing. They've got so many different fucking games on the thing, and it's all just slot machines.
Right, yeah, it's just
different pictures on the thing. It's like, oh, well, no, this one's the fucking Squid Game one. Well, I'm not playing that one, though. That's bullshit. I'm playing the Clockwork Orange one. There's Clockwork Orange one.
That's the Clockwork Orange one is so randomly themed. That is not.
And it's the most annoying one as well.
It's
not
really
a thing
old.
in the public.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it came out when a Clockwork Orange came out. When it was
really
popping.
old. It breaks all the fucking time, and the music that thing plays is just infuriating. The music in that place drives me up the wall.
What are we talking?
They have this thing with Bullseye. They've got like a fucking crossover thing.
Right.
So like we've got Bully's Double Checkout. That's one of the games.
Oh, right, okay.
And every time it's something to do with Bullseye, the Bullseye theme music plays.
Yeah.
And it's like.
And now it's all you hear while you sleep.
Absolutely, it's all you fucking sleep, lad. There's that. There's Moneycomb Bingo.
What's that?
It's this weird game where, like, if you call on a certain number, you get an extra prize, and there's like a sort of like honeycomb pattern to show you which numbers it is. But the lyrics to that one, I really shouldn't be saying this on the podcast because I could probably get fired. But like, I'm pretty sure the lyrics are Moneycomb Bingo, oh what a ride. you've got your cash, now take it inside.
Right.
And then that's it.
Weirdly sexual.
Weirdly sexual, weirdly kind of like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, you've got your cash.
Yeah.
Which, you know.
Yeah. But that's
which is
anything,
fine.
That's anything gambling related, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
I mean? They try and be all like, oh, gamble aware these days, but they are still fucking you. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, gamble responsibly, even though we've designed this whole system for it to become an addictive thing that you can do.
Do you know what? I think some of the people think that I'm fixing it as well, because there's some people who just win. They just win so much.
Yeah. And
there's some people that just lose so much. I think it's down to how many tickets you buy.
Well, yeah,
it's an odds game, right?
Yeah, right.
But like, there's this guy, and he comes in with his wife, and he pushes her in a wheelchair and stuff. And he's great. He's really nice. His name's Ken, and he used to be in the fucking army, and he's dead respectful and shit. He calls everyone sir. He's like a proper dead nice fella, like. And there was a game where he won 9 lines in a row.
That is great.
That's 3 pages of fucking bingo.
Yeah.
Mate. I didn't think he was walking out that building. I really didn't.
You get mobbed for winning the bingo.
Yeah, like Joan at the back, she wins about 8 times a day. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
You're right though. It's what you buy, man. It's an odds game. Obviously, you're gonna like you buy. You know, you have to spend money to make money, which is why we have no money, because you have to have money to begin with.
Exactly.
I think 2025 was a year of growth and realization in a lot of ways.
I think so.
You graduated university.
That's true. I graduated uni.
You put yourself through uni.
I put myself through uni as an adult. It was weird. I was around people that were younger than me all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you were.
It was interesting.
You're an adult, but it's not like you were like you're in your 40s and they were like 18. You're only like.
It really did feel like that though, because there was such a difference in maturity level just through having worked full time for more than a year.
Right.
Like.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's burped. But like having worked and stuff, like coming into it, I don't know, there was a different mindset, like.
Yeah.
Because they were all fresh out of college. And fresh into ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah, that's horrible.
Whereas I'd like lived what felt like a relatively full existence up until that without having had that. So I was game to just do the work myself.
Yeah.
But they kind of weren't. You know.
You are a widely experienced and industrious man. You know what I mean? You've had to graft in your time. I noticed
this at that funeral that I went last year, which I won't get into too much on the pod, obviously.
It's a funeral.
Yeah, it's personal. Fuck off.
It's sad shit.
But like a lot of my mates from school were there, and we were talking about what we've been doing since school.
Yeah.
And they were all saying like, oh yeah, I've just been a plumber, or I've just been like a scaffy, or I've just been a sparky or whatever. Yeah. And I was like, I've been a fucking cleaner, I've been a bingo caller, I've worked in the NHS, I've been in a band, I've fucking done you know what I mean? They're like, fucking, is there anything that you haven't done? It's like, well, yeah, make any proper money. Like, I can tell you one thing I've never done, have a car. You know what I mean? But yeah, it has been a good year for that. I did therapy.
Yes.
I'm now no longer doing therapy because I ran out of money for therapy, and by the time I had money for therapy again, I was fine.
Yeah. So, but you know,
it turns out to know my only problem I really had was that it was skint, and now that I'm working full time, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's good to know that therapy's always there if you need it. You know?
Yeah,
good to know it does some help. It works.
Yeah, no. To be fair, it was really helpful. I really needed it. I'd recommend it to anyone.
Yeah,
as anyone who's ever done therapy says, like, as soon as you've done that shit, you just chill it to every fucker. Literally. You know what I mean?
That's how they get you. These therapists.
It is how they get you. It's just like the bingo.
Just the quality of their products is just coincidentally really good and really useful.
Not cheap though.
No, not by any means.
Had to stop because
maybe should have done a psychology degree and become a therapist.
Not half.
I have thought about stuff like that because like psychology does really interest me, but I think it would give me mad existential crises listening to other people's problems all the time.
I'd have too much sympathy in it.
Yeah,
I just feel terrible for them.
Take it home and like, because I get a lot of like, oh, isn't it like really fucked up that this kind of thing happens to people? And then it throws my whole worldview into question because I'm like, oh my God, everything's just really sad and fucked.
Ain't it? Like, I don't know. If someone came in and was like, I'd be like, fuck.
Jesus, man.
No, but
don't think I can say that on the pod. I'm going to bleep that out.
You can though, because like these things
it's not
happen.
YouTube guideline friendly.
Okay, then if someone got R worded, if someone got me retired,
I was just gonna say that.
but like, you know what I mean? Like, if someone came in with a terrible story like that, I'd be like, fuck, that's
it's a way to ruin your day, innit? You know what I mean?
in it. Like, I made my therapist cry once.
Did you? Oh,
Yeah.
man, that's fucking that's.
Yeah,
That's really
I felt really grim, but at the same time, it was like,
Also,
it's
actually,
so vindicating that someone in your position like can
yeah.
see that.
I guess
You know,
I guess it validates your feelings, doesn't it?
exactly, because there's this. Well, I don't know if this is true for everyone. It might be from my own experience, but like, there was a lot of feeling like my feelings were fake.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're not real,
Yeah.
and I had to tell myself like, well, who are you pretending to? You're on your own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
There's also often a lot of feeling of like, oh, like this is my problem and I'm the only one going through this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know how this has turned into therapy. It's supposed to be about art, but like, I suppose a
Art is
lot.
therapy, man.
You know, well, yeah, and a lot of artists do kind of struggle with that
Oh, yeah,
shit.
for sure, man.
So it's probably worth kind of.
Yeah, it's amazing, really. That
Bring
we haven't talked about it more on the pod.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
like, so say my experience was, so when we first got into a band, well, first met actually, it was as a result of a friend of ours committing suicide.
yeah,
And when that happened, there was a boyfriend of my mum's at the time was kind of basically every time it got brought up, he would tell me that I was making it up for sympathy, like my
Right.
emotions.
Did he?
Yeah.
Fucking heavy, man.
So then that's why it kind of took me so long to actually go to therapy, because I don't think that my feelings were real.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what I
because
mean?
especially
So
like
I'd just kind of cover it up with
at that age when that happened to
Going out,
us, we
yeah.
were like 13,
Yeah.
14. You know
so
what I mean?
fucked up, man.
like
the worst possible thing that could have happened at that age. Like,
yeah.
rough shit.
And it's weird actually. We only really talked about this more this past year of like,
Yeah.
oh, that actually had like a lasting effect on the way that we
Yeah.
like think about things and view the world and stuff.
Oh, definitely.
And it's weird because it happened to both of us, and we've been like really close friends.
And it's like how we
for
met,
10
but
years.
like we do very rarely acknowledge that fact. Like,
Yeah, I think we there's a
because we met at, so to bring it back to the arts, we met at a gig that was kind of like a charity gig off the back of that happening.
like a mental
So,
mental
like,
health thing.
I turned up. I'd only been playing bass for 3 weeks. My bass was from fucking Cash Converters. So you lent me yours, and that's how we met.
Yeah.
So, you know, if we ever make it famous,
And the
bring
rest
that up.
is, as we say, history.
Yes.
Or is it history if no one cares? Is
It happened.
Is it history if only you write it down? Because I feel like that's what's going on here.
Mate, Anne Frank was the only one to write her shit down.
That is true. That is
No
true.
one else was writing her shit for her.
Yeah, Van Gogh wasn't famous until after he was dead.
Exactly.
So, you know, maybe we should kill ourselves.
Oh, fuck.
Have you got any, like, looking forward into 2026, have you got any, like, resolutions, set any goals? I know that you were just, before we started recording, you were telling me about an app that you wanted to get into and stuff like that.
Yeah, I want to work on that app. I'm not going to talk about it yet, because if I don't end up doing it, it'll make myself look like a twat.
Yeah. That's fair.
But yeah, I've just personal life goals. I want a house with a garden.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. I want my own copy of Cubase.
Don't even want to own a house with a garden. Just want to be able to rent a house with a
Yeah, I
garden.
just want to be able to rent somewhere.
Yeah.
I just want out of the studio apartment I'm in.
Yeah.
They're putting the rent up.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, that is heavy.
They asked for more rent whilst the heating wasn't working. I was furious.
Yeah.
I still am furious because they've not really fixed it. That, I mentioned a car earlier. That's a big goal of mine. I want my own copy of Cubase. I want to be able to be creative at home
Yes.
a lot more than I am.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I don't know, just kind of, I mean, it's a tricky one because I am in a sort of heavy work position at the minute and pulling a lot of shifts and along. So I don't really have a lot of time for like being able to do my own shit at home. When I am at home, I'm knackered.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I want to kind of build the nest egg a little bit. Like coming out of uni, you're typically pretty fucking skint.
Yeah.
So I don't know, just sort of rebuilding my life after uni is kind of the resolution, is becoming a full-on adult, you know what I mean? Like, there's no education now, silly time's over, it's grown-up time.
Well,
you know
also,
what I
this
mean?
is like for you, this is the first I think, period of like where the main thing that you've got going on is just having a job. You know what I mean?
Like having just one thing to focus on all the time.
Because even when you had like other jobs in the past, it was like in college or while doing uni or like when the band was in full swing and stuff like that.
Even till last month, I was still working 2 jobs. I'm only working the one.
Oh,
now.
have you stopped working for the Prince?
Right, no longer doing that.
That's the Prince with a T, not. Have you stopped working for the Prince, as in like one of the royal family?
He's a horrible man. I don't have to tell you which one. It hurts.
So now only on one job.
Yeah, just the one job, but they are getting their pound of flesh.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Well, me and Abby have both made, this was her idea, obviously, as you'll imagine when I tell you what it is, have both made a 2026 bingo card of like shit that we want to do.
Don't say that word to me.
Oh, right, yeah. So we've put it on our
You got a bucket list.
Buzz Bingo tablet app. Yeah, we got a bucket. Hers is longer than mine, I will say. I split my page into, I think, like 16 boxes and didn't use about 4 of them, just like blocked them out. Where she's done like 20. But I would argue mine are more realistic.
I'd just like to go on record, by the way, dead quickly. I actually do very much enjoy my work at Buzz Bingo. I would appreciate keeping that job.
Sorry to name drop the company on you. That's my bad.
Yeah, it's okay. I do enjoy it. And a lot of the customers I really get along with. I have a lot of appreciation for them. They make my day. Some of them. Pauline, looking at you, Ben.
That said, other bingo services are available. We're not being paid to.
No,
although if you wanted to, you know what I mean, if you could.
Don't go to any other. Go to Buzz Bingo, please,
and go to the one in.
Okay. Here's an update for you though. My new manager is shit hot on social media.
Oh really?
Yeah. So the first thing that I asked
speaking your language, man.
Yeah, exactly. Because I asked my old manager, "Can I jump on and help?"
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Ask Martin." I asked Martin. He said, "Ask the new guy when he comes." I asked the new guy, and he went, "Absolutely." How old are you? I said, 27. And he said, "Brilliant. You can get on in front of the camera as well." And I went, "Oh, I've avoided it for so long, but fine if that's what it takes." So I'm going to be getting some like digital marketing experience there as well, which is like great. There's good opportunities there.
Yeah. So my bingo card. In fact, I can. If I knew where my phone was, I'd say, is it like under the? It's under there, like down there. Oh, yeah. I can tell you exactly what was on my bingo card. Some of them I tried to keep them because people like make vague New Year's resolutions, right? And I think it's pointless unless you can like quantify it. So I tried to keep them as like literal as possible,
specific.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. I did put some things on there to like fill a space. Like I want to grow my hair out a bit, so you just see what that was like. But that's not like immeasurable. It's not like I want to gain 13 inches on my hair. 13 inches is quite large. I want to gain 13. I mean, 13 inches is standard, right? No,
it's small.
Yeah. So go to Australia, which I wanted to do. That was on last year's list.
To visit Josh or to just go for yourself?
I would see Josh, but I just want to go for myself.
Should we go to Bondi Beach and get rescued?
Rescued? Why? What do you mean?
You've seen Bondi Rescue, haven't you? Surely. I've been watching the shit out of that show recently.
What?
Brave.
Oh, it's like a lifeguard.
Yeah, it's like a lifeguard thing. I want to go to Bondi Beach and try and drown.
It sounds familiar.
Get saved by the Bondi guys. Trying to fucking drown himself. Face down. He's in the fucking rip, mate. Can't escape the vortex. That's the thing with the vortex, mate. Can't escape the vortex. Swim all you want, mate. Can't escape the fucking vortex. Backpacker's rip, mate.
Oh, he's fucking cooked.
Up at North Bondi, fucking drowned himself.
Well, that's funny because we just joke about killing ourselves like Van Gogh. If we just fucking Van Gogh'd, but like in the Bondi Riptide, we went all the way to Bondi because we were like, what are we gonna do? Might as well go out in style.
I want to die in the vortex. It's just how it is, man.
Pull me under to the sweet abyss.
I am pretty convinced that the ocean will be what kills me.
Really?
Like, yeah. I don't know.
Well,
it's just like a premonition, you know what I mean? It's just, I feel like the ocean's got a thing against me. Like
you like I, and maybe actually this relates back to the early conversation about our friend who committed suicide, you, like I, have had dreams about a certain river that is nearby and a certain bridge across that river where it's been quite terrifying in relation to someone killing
those dreams
themselves.
only really started kind of after that.
Yeah. I have had recurring dreams about like dark water, which actually, just as a side note, so you may remember, I'm talking to the viewers now, you may remember if you've seen like older episodes of the pod, like a few if there's any of you still around.
Yeah, right.
It's still around.
Someone actually asked about the podcast at that funeral.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're still doing the podcast? I went, sometimes.
Yeah, people do. There are a few people that I know that mention the pod, like when I see them. There's a guy, funnily enough, actually. So what I was going to say was, early days of the podcast, we talked about me working on a cruise, which I did for like 10 days. Guy who I was on that cruise with, every time, he's from down south, but well, he's not from down south. He lives in London, but he's Italian. Every time I gig with him now, like if he comes up north for a gig or whatever, he's like, "Hey, I've been listening to the podcast."
Oh, bless.
My
guy.
So that's nice. Shouts to Fabio.
Fabio.
But so
Grazie.
the reason I'm pointing this out is because links to dark water. I am currently booked to work on 3 cruises this year. I've got 4 days in March, 2 weeks in April, and 2 weeks in November, which I'm excited about because they're all like over yonder, like Caribbean style shit.
That's gonna be fucking fire, man.
Which
I'm jealous.
I am excited for just a bit of sun as much as anything. Not excited for the flight to get over there because we're flying over there and then getting on the ship.
Oh, fuck that.
And I'm also not excited. I think there's one where we have to sail back from there, which is like,
oh god,
6 days at sea or whatever the fuck. So I'm hoping we don't get Titanicked.
Yeah.
But like I have a fear. Like I do remember when I was on that cruise last time, I purposely went and stood outside at night and just looked into the abyss to try and cure my sort of fear of dark water. And
Made it worse?
It helped a little bit.
Oh, good.
I also think, like, I don't know, if I was out there on a little boat, I'd be more scared.
Yeah.
But when you're on like a huge ship, I'm like, this doesn't feel anywhere near as big.
Still on land, really.
Yeah, exactly right. I'm just on a big hotel.
There's a fucking swimming pool behind you.
Yeah. So my other 2026 bingos were climb Ben Nevis, because on last year's I had.
Have you asked him?
Hey, oh. Last year in 2024, I climbed Snowdon.
Mm-hmm.
So last year I'd climbed the other 2 peaks, but we only managed to get round to one of them. So Ben Nevis is the only one left. Climb Ben Nevis, learn to DJ. I've already started on that, but I still don't know what I'm doing. Release some new music from new projects, some solo stuff, some stuff that we may be working on. I want to 1.5x my gigs. So I worked out that I did 75 gigs last year.
Right.
Which is good, but not enough.
Yeah.
When it's your entire income.
Yeah.
1 podcast and 4 clips every month, which I think is doable. Also, because did I mention the idea of like, we should get guests on, or like if me and you are working on musical stuff and we don't want to spend this time doing it, like I could just get someone else on. Like I'm happy to take like no like
that's how it starts, but whatever.
No, because I was saying like I'm happy to take, because I actually quite want to do this. Like I think
the podcast like professionally is like
I think this would be, because basically towards the back end of last year I realized I was doing too many different things.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to narrow this down to like 2 or 3 things that I can put most of my time into and try and do them actually successfully.
Yeah.
And I think the pod is one that I want to do.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to fucking take the reins on that, and you can fucking
cool
be there as often or as little as you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like it'd be cool to talk to other starving artists.
I'll be your Joey Diaz.
Am I Rogan in this situation?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
It's your pod basically, and then
right,
like there a lot.
Like you're a reliable pair of hands, a good co-host. You know what I mean? But every now and again, I'm if you're fine, I'm fine to be like, Sean couldn't make it this week, because that means that we can spend our time together
working on shit.
Because especially if I want to release 12 episodes this year, and then clips.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to have guests on while we're doing this, like different perspectives and stuff as well.
We should for sure.
Yeah,
because I was also I've like. No, I just mean like.
You're gonna anyway.
No.
No, seriously.
No,
yeah,
what I mean is that I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, Sean, we filmed an episode of the pod last week. I'm going to be like, oh Sean, like, can you make this shoot? And if you're like, I'm working. Let's spend the time that we do get this week on music shit.
Yeah.
I can just be like, okay, well, I'll just fucking ask someone else to dip in.
Yeah.
I've also realised that my digital mixer that I use for live shit, you can use as an interface, so I can connect that to my laptop, which means that potentially I could like record pods.
Remote pod.
Go to people's gaffs, do it in my gaff with a sick view. You know what I mean? It doesn't always have to be in this crummy little room.
To be fair, yeah, it would probably be better than it there, 'cause, it's getting bad in it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really trying to do the studio up a little bit, but the times are hard, the budget's
You know
tight.
what it's like when you're renovating. It's not nice.
I want to run another 5K and read 5 books. They're my other things.
Very nice, very nice.
Which 5 books doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm a slow reader.
I got myself a shitload of Reader's Digest books from the charity shop recently. They were like £1.50 each, and they're sick, mate. It's all about like fucking life at different like times in the world. So like life for the pioneers and life like in Egypt and all that sort of shit.
Yeah,
so
I love YouTube videos that are like that. You know what I mean? I feel like it's the audiobook equivalent.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of I don't know what channel. I might find the channel to try and shout them out. And it's just like stories of random figures from history, but like obscure ones, like fucking Queen Victoria's niece or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was watching this one about
History Expose. It's called. Shouts.
Yeah, I was watching this one about like medieval times and shit, and like some of the weird stuff that had happened. There was this thing called, I think it was Scholars' Melancholy, was like what they called it. And basically, people who would like read books too much or whatever would quite regularly go insane and start believing that they were made out of glass.
What, they would all experience the same thing?
Yeah.
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
To the point where there was a name for it.
Yeah.
Like,
what period of time are we talking?
I don't know. I think it's like sort of like feudal time. It's like, when like there's all
feudal time.
Yeah, when there's all like kings and castles and it's proper like you've got the lords and this and that.
Right.
Like, I know that we've still got that stuff now. But
that's
like,
a very wide. That's also a very wide portion
I know
of history,
it's quite hard to narrow down. It's medieval,
right?
So like probably the Dark Ages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're reading by candlelight. You've got a quill. You know what I mean?
Is that why it's called the Dark Ages?
Maybe. Is that a real question?
I actually don't know why it's called the Dark Ages.
Oh, because shit was grim.
Well, just actually because it was
so
literally
grim.
shit. Right?
They thought that they were in the end times. They thought that God had
things were so
them
bad.
because things were so bad.
Right. Okay.
And then out of that is when the Renaissance came. Renaissance came next, and that was the Enlightenment because they were like, oh shit, we're not actually going to die. Let's do smart.
Yeah. I feel the dark times are upon us.
Shit's getting crazy.
I feel like we're due a Renaissance.
Shit's getting fucking crazy,
sometime soon.
This war shit is just feeling so much more likely now.
Yeah.
More than ever.
Yeah.
I've got this thing that I feel like I'm going to get drafted into a war.
Yeah.
It's never felt more likely.
You have been saying that since 2022.
Yeah, and I'm fucking right, mate.
Yeah,
Venezuela's leader got taken in 6 minutes.
I know, it is crazy.
On Stranger Things, Will's fucking coming out scene. He came out as gay.
Right. Spoilers.
He comes out as gay. That scene was longer than the operation to get Venezuela's leader.
That is fucked.
That's fucked up. And now he's after Greenland, and it's scary.
And
because that would fuck up NATO.
Yeah,
if NATO's fucked, then Europe's fucked because that's the only thing holding Russia back.
Obviously, America have always been doing shady shit, and Trump has never been a good guy or a safe pair of hands necessarily. You always know that he's kind of been insane.
Yeah,
but didn't think they'd be the new bad guys. You know what I mean? With all that's going on in Russia, like Russia are kind of the bad guys for a good part of the last century.
Listen,
really.
I was towing the line Germans. On Trump being kind of the guy who's going to save us from this shit because fight fire with fire in it. You need a fucking scary guy sometimes. You need someone a little bit unhinged so that you can look at the other unhinged guy and go, we've got one that's madder than you.
Do you reckon he's just thinking like, oh, I've only got like 2 years left. I'm not. He
only got in this year, mate. Well, last year. You got fucking 3 years.
Has he? I think no. 2024? Because he was,
Was
in,
it?
no, because he was in 2016 the first time, wasn't he? So that would have been 2016 to 2020. Then we would have had Biden until 2024. Say we, but and then Trump would be 24 to 28. Yeah, because January 6th was last year. You know, like when they stormed the Capitol and shit. That was 2025. After the 2024.
Joe Biden got put in 2021. Yeah, 2020 January 20th, 2025. So it's not even been a year. In 7 days exactly from date of recording, it'll have been 1 year.
That is crazy.
He's empire building, man.
He is. He's fucked up.
He's after Canada. Up. He's after Greenland.
He's after Canada, is he?
He's been after Canada since fucking day one, mate.
Oh, has he?
Yeah. But the only thing that saw him off with that one, he has shut up about that one, but that was only after that royal visit that he did over here,
right.
Where King Charles was like, "You do realise that I own Canada," and then to have a really good relationship, which I'm so grateful for.
Yeah,
because he doesn't have a good relationship with Keir Starmer.
Yeah. Who'd have been thought that we'd be grateful that our royal family are pedophiles, and so is the president.
In it though. Jesus.
But like, so can you? You know, you can only do 2 terms, right, back to back. But if you've had one,
to do a third one.
So can you? It has to just be 2 back to back.
No. You can do 2 at any point. So there was Joe Biden in the middle.
No, but I know that's what I mean. But so can you only do 2, or can you only do 2 back to back? Like, could he do another one after this?
No, you're only supposed to be able to do 2, but he's actively trying to change the constitution.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. He is the bad guy.
He is the bad guy.
He's not just a bad guy now. He's the bad guy.
It's kind of fucking terrifying.
He's the fucking Hitler of the world at the minute.
And I hate throwing that out there.
I know, but
and ICE has been doing some really fucked up shit. It feels a little bit crystal Nackty to me.
And when people used to say, when people used to call like conservatives on the right and like Trump supporters Nazis, like in 2016,
it's like you're taking power away from that word. We need to fucking be selective when we use that shit.
That's a different thing, but like,
no, ICE shot a woman.
He's the Hitler of now.
Have you seen that shit?
I haven't seen it, and I don't want to see it. And I know about it, but I don't. Really bad. I hate that videos like that are just out there. You know what I mean? Like,
it's really bad.
I don't want to see Charlie Kirk getting shot. You know, like, I don't want to see anybody getting shot.
This was a mother.
I know, right?
You know,
fucked.
It's fucking crazy, man. Like, the ICE shit's crazy. We had so many topics that we were going to discuss.
I know, yeah, this is an arts podcast, and we have gone everywhere today.
Art and politics, it's all a crossover anyway.
Keep separate.
Yeah, but like, yeah, no, it just feels like he's got his own private militia now, like, who act independently of the law.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You've got governors saying, no, we want our police to investigate that because it's a murder, and he's saying, you fucking won't.
Yeah. It's getting awfully dictatory.
Yeah, the only time where there's ever been a 3-term president, it's happened once, and it was FDR. And I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that World War II was still happening when his presidency ended. And it was like in the kind of final stages. So they went, we can't really change the commander-in-chief right now.
Yeah.
There's too much at stake kind of thing. But then he fucking, after that, he bowed out.
Yeah. Whereas the UK at that time went, Chamberlain, you're a shithouse. We need a new guy. Yeah. we need to change our commander-in-chief now. We need a guy who is good for this and only this.
Yeah.
And after the war, we're going to
vote. He's not an economist.
Yeah. Did he only do one term, Churchill? Did he only do the war?
No,
or did he come back?
I think he did 2. I think he did
back to back, or did he? Was there a return of Churchill?
I think. Yeah, there was a return. I think.
I
think
I've yet to get to that history expose video on YouTube.
At one point last year, I was trying to learn all of the prime ministers, like, backwards. There's a lot of them though. I got as far as
Churchill.
No, I got past Churchill. I got to Attlee, I think.
Attlee was.
Oh, was it Attlee? No,
Attlee was after Churchill.
No, it was.
Was he? No, was Attlee after the First World War?
I think I got to. It might have been Chamberlain, or was it? Who was before Chamberlain?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I've forgotten since.
Yeah, I know the last couple, and the ones around the war, and that's probably about it.
I mean, I can try it now. I can try and like, but no, wait, no, I can't. I get really stuck after Margaret Thatcher.
That party trick needs to cook a bit longer before you.
Yeah, it's not ready yet.
Yeah. So you've been watching Stranger Things?
Yeah, I've been watching Stranger Things. So, have you heard about Conformity Gate?
No.
So, Conformity Gate, and this is for the clickbait of it all, is everyone thought that there was a secret episode going to come after the finale because of how many loose ends there were.
Yeah, I have.
And it was like a huge thing. It was on the BBC and everything. It was a proper big deal, like. And then there wasn't one. And the reason that that's happened, having watched the documentary that just came out, is basically they were still writing the finale whilst the final season was shooting.
Yeah.
Now, I've only just watched all the Stranger Things. I hammered it for like a week, 2 weeks.
I've also never seen it, just for context.
It's one of my favourite shows now. I thought I was going to hate it. I was saying to you before, I thought it was just going to be a load of Millie Bobby Brown in this. And there's a bit of that. But like, the rest of the show is class. Like, I can't express enough how much you in particular will fucking love that show. It's so good. But it's an interesting point coming out of that documentary that kind of relates to music in a way, in that people talk quite a lot in sort of, you know, the age of social media about just get it out. You know what I mean? Just make it happen, get it out. And we've always kind of thought that that's kind of a bit of a damaging way to look at your art. I think, like, we fuss and pour over our stuff a lot, and it takes us
too much, arguably.
Too much, to be fair. Like, there's a happy middle ground to be had, but like, we fuss over our stuff because we want to get it right.
Yeah.
And I think that this is a perfect example of why that's not a bad mentality, because it felt rushed to the point where people thought that there's another episode coming because the promises made by the show weren't fulfilled because they didn't have time to fulfill them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, say when it comes to music, say if your favourite artist is going to release an album, do you want them to spend a year, maybe 2 years working on the best album that they can possibly do that you can then listen to for 10, 20, 30 years? Like, there's timeless albums that people will listen to fucking 70 years later and still love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or would you rather them just get it out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, say, what was that Kanye album? They had like 7 tracks. The thing where on the cover it says about being bipolar.
Oh,
Yay. See, like, obviously it's not a cool thing to say, but I've always been a pretty big Kanye fan. Not so much at the moment. But I'm a big fan of his music. You know what I mean? But that album felt rushed to me.
Right.
I never listened to any of the songs off that.
Yeah.
I can't even recall how any of the songs off that album really go anymore. Yeah. There's bits that I can kind of remember, you know, I feel kind of free, all that shit, right? But it felt rushed because it was.
Yeah, right.
You can tell, you know what I mean? I don't know. What's your perspective on the kind of rushing things compared to, like, taking your time? Like,
I think, right, that it becomes difficult when it becomes difficult to dictate which end of that spectrum you lie on when you get more involved within the industry. So a big show like Stranger Things, for them, Netflix might have been like, yo, this is when, you know, we're dropping a new season every other year because they take so long to make because they're all fucking like an hour and a half long episodes.
It's like big budget sets.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they're making a movie every episode.
Yeah,
right?
and he said that on the documentary.
Yeah. Which by the way is crazy. We can talk about that in a sec.
Yeah.
But or if you're a musician and you're working with a label and it's like they want this out now, there's a deadline. So it becomes more difficult in that sense. I think on a lower level, on our level, for example.
Is that good though? Rushing your artists?
No,
like
I know. I don't think it is, but it's also like one of the many things about the industry where it's like about the machine and the label is trying to like. But also, I guess actually from a marketing point of view, sometimes it isn't bad because what you don't want to do is
sit for
disappear.
Long. That's very true.
Know.
Yeah.
But on the contrary, I think sometimes artists don't know when they should disappear because sometimes a good disappear for like 4 years, 5 years, and then
Does you the
come
world of
back.
good.
You want to build up that suspense, you know. Like Sabrina Carpenter's a good example because she put that when she was like first started popping off. She put that album out, and then she released another album the next year. And it's like, I understand.
It's fatigue, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly right. I understand that they're trying to capitalize on it, but the album, the second one, wasn't as well received.
Yeah.
Wasn't as like big of a hit. There wasn't as much of a splash because people are like, well, we're still bumming the first album. Like,
yeah, we're not done.
All you're doing. And Oasis have talked about this when they did What's the Story, Morning Glory, and it was like the fucking biggest album of the 90s. They went back in and then did Be Here Now, like straight away, and just killed the momentum of that album. They could have just toured that album for like 3 years and it would have been fine, and then gone away for a few years and built a demand for themselves and then come back.
I think there's something to be said as well for, so say with the Stranger Things situation, they were working on it. Like, they were writing the script for the final episode whilst shooting, like, episode 3, episode 4. Like, they're getting closer and closer to the point where they've got to shoot the thing. I think, you know, don't take the piss if you're an artist. Don't just sit there and do nothing. Like, be working on your shit actively. But these companies need to let artists finish the project before starting to work on the rest of it, you know what I mean?
This has been a big thing, I think. If you look at like all the Marvel movies that get made now, it's a lot of, okay, we're gonna make this movie about this thing. It's not like there's a script and then we're going to make this movie. It's like, okay, we need to make a movie about this thing, so someone better come up with a script, and like someone will write a script and then someone else will rewrite it and someone else will rewrite it, and then they'll shoot sort of that, but they'll change it as they go along, and then they'll show the film to a bunch of people and then get that feedback and go, okay, we need to do a bunch of reshoots based on that feedback to change it. And like sometimes that makes a good film, but not as often as like when someone goes, okay, this is how it needs to be because this is going to be what's making a good film. Like, oftentimes it actually makes the film messier because you can tell that it's just been like Frankenstein together.
Exactly.
A bunch of a load of shit.
Say if we put it in music terms, it's like putting out the single to advertise the album when the album's not done. Just finish the album.
Yeah, we have been guilty of that many.
But then, like, if you don't get it finished in time, then you've kind of fucked your momentum and this and that. Well, like, just have a bit of patience, finish what you're doing, and then show everyone what you've done. If it's well received, boss. If it's not, sorry. You know what I mean?
Two examples of this, right, in our own career that highlight, you know, thoughts pertaining to this subject. It's one, when we did the Midnight Drive-In mixtape, we're talking way back now, 2019, right? We released the first single before we'd finished the record, right? We released the second single before we'd finished the record. We then didn't even bother, because it was only a mixtape and it was only 9 tracks and some of them were interludes. We didn't even release a third single closer to the release of the record because we were like, yeah, but then we're just giving all the songs away. So basically, we released 2 singles within like 2 or 3 months of each other, and then people had to wait for like another 4 or 5 months for the record.
I don't know what your next one is, Predator. When we put out that clip of us working on Predator, and the song wasn't done, and then people are like, "Where's the song? Where's the song? Where's the song?"
Yes, right.
And we didn't have fucking anything to show.
Yeah,
like the people on that Stranger Things set were so stressed because they were like, I'm trying to build this set for the final episode and the thing's not even fucking written yet.
Right,
like, what's going to change by then? Because we've got to do so much work. Like, they were building massive, like, you know, the backlot, like, sets and shit.
Yeah.
They're building all that stuff and being like, well, where do we put everything? We don't know what the camera's going to do. We don't even know what's going to happen when we're here. We just know that the set kind of is a military place.
Yeah. And,
You know what I mean?
and I think in both of those instances related to our stuff, the product has maybe ever so slightly suffered because of the
you gotta
pressure.
rush it.
Yeah, there's pressure on it and you got to rush it. Like with Midnight Drive-In, I think by the time we were working on Morning, which is the last track on that,
You wanted to stop. You didn't
I was
even
like,
want to do that song
yeah,
anymore.
I was like, we just need and especially because that was like such a conceptual thing. So that to some degree was like making a TV show because I was like, well, we just need the ending. There has to be an ending and we need to put it out soon. So this will have to be the ending.
Like, you were wanting to not do Morning and I had to say, like, no, thematically we have to.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I know it's going to take a little bit longer, but we need to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think we did need to, and I'm glad it's on there. But I just think we could have done like a better version of it. It could have been a better song or a better version of that song. And like with Predator, I don't think Predator is like
Predator was just good from the start.
Predator didn't suffer
really
as much
lucky.
for it, but I think like there was definitely, I don't know, maybe it's just because I know that we were like rushing it and there was pressure on it that I don't think it was as good as it could have been. I don't know what it could have been, but like I'm never quite happy with like my vocal recording on it or like the way I mastered it and stuff. But it was just like we just need to get it the fuck out because already I think it suffered from
not already being out.
Yeah, like there was a drop. Yeah, it did really well when it came out, but it would have done even better if it would have came out like the week after that clip went viral. You know what I mean? But
like,
instead, people
we
had to
got
wait for like 2
60,000
months.
listens over the course of like a few years when we could have maybe had 1 million listens in a week.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like,
yeah. So I think, but you know, taking the pressure from outside forces out of it, I think it is about finding a middle ground because sometimes
it can be too long.
Sometimes you can stew on it for too long, right? And it almost ruins the shit. Like
Would you say that's like a bit of a Frank Ocean thing? Or is he really good at that sort of shit?
I mean, I don't know what the fuck Frank Ocean's doing. And also, Frank Ocean's fans are in an abusive relationship with Frank Ocean because they're just like, please, Papa Frank, bless us with some music. And Frank's like, I'm just getting stoned somewhere, you know what I mean? Like, this guy ain't shit. He just made a good album and a half once. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, his shit's not even that good.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, he's better than us.
Yeah. Well, look, it's just pretty good. It's not like a fucking generational groundbreaking talent.
Yeah.
And he didn't. And also, I don't think you could be classed as a great artist if you only put 2 albums out in 15 years, right? Because that's not like you have to have output. It's like if the tree falls in the woods kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
You could be making great music, but if no one hears it, then it doesn't count for anything. But yeah, I think like sometimes there is, there's a beauty and a benefit to having an idea that you're really excited about, not overthinking shit and just going, this is the thing. But that is a risk because sometimes you will then look back on that idea and go, oh, well, actually, with the benefit of hindsight, we should have done this, this, and this.
Yeah, it's the chaos of creativity, isn't it, I suppose. Sometimes an idea just fucking lands itself in the centre of your hand.
Yeah.
And you're just like, brilliant. That doesn't need any more.
Yeah.
That's done.
And
that's fucking great.
I actually do think one of my favourite periods of this band was when we used to sort of turn things around within the space of a few months. You know, like we'd write a song and we'd be fucking about with it in the practice room, and then a few months later we'd decide, okay, that's going to be the next single.
See,
we'd record it, make a music video and put it out within the space of a month.
Within the space of a few months, a month, that in some people's eyes is a hell of a long time. Some people want you to be turning around and fucking whipping out a song a week, a song a day.
The thing is,
and like, it's good for building your skills.
It's also
it's not really like, I don't know, there's a beauty in being able to just sort of sit there and let the idea just come to you in its truest form and then put it out. Like the other day I was sat with Heather and she's got these new oil pastels, and I've spoke about it before. There's this show that like I've been on and off trying to kind of write for the past like year, well 2 years really, and I was the finale of Stranger Things and its reception kind of made me think about what do I want for our shit.
Right.
And she was like, I'll do a concept art for what you're talking about now. And I was just talking and she was just scribbling. And it's a really scribbly drawing.
Yeah.
But it's the best piece of art that she's ever done.
Yeah.
Like, because it's so like primal and it's just
it's raw.
Brain to paper, just and that's great. Sometimes that's what you need. Whereas other times there is a beauty in sitting down and being like, what's the plan?
Yeah, sometimes you want to craft something, you know.
Exactly, it's like fucking the Mona Lisa compared to like a Basquiat. Yeah, you know what I mean.
But even then, like I think if you stew on something for too long, as an artist, you just lose enthusiasm for it.
That's also
like,
true.
Like the songs that we've worked on that have not come out because we just fucked about with them for ages.
Yeah, to the point where
it was
like,
this
bastardized version of itself.
Yeah,
like it doesn't even sound
well,
like
was this even really
anymore.
good in the first place?
Yeah.
Or even like, I guess, songs that we do love, but we recorded them and they didn't come out until 2 years later, and it's like by the time it's come out, you're like, oh yeah, this is good. I still love it, but like I've lost enthusiasm
get
for
about
it.
advertising it because I've been bored of it for a year and a half.
Exactly,
you know
right.
what I mean?
It's difficult. It's why I think I've told you at one point, and I tell other people that I've worked with, like, I can give you the demo and I can give you the rough mix or whatever, but like, don't listen to it too much. Like, listen to it like once or twice, or like listen to it when you first get home, and then listen to it before the next time you're going to come in and work on it.
See what ideas
and
come to you.
But don't listen to it every day.
Trying to come up with ideas because
or
overcook it.
Even if you just listen to it for enjoyment, because I feel like you used to do this quite a lot, where like you'd listen to something that we'd made, like a demo version or something, and you'd be really excited about it, and you're like, I want to go home and I want to listen to it, and then you'd listen to it for ages, and then you'd start finding problems that weren't there in it just because you were used to hearing it, you know what I mean? But then again, maybe that's a good thing sometimes.
Yeah, because you know what, like, if it takes you a couple of weeks to notice the problem, thank God you spent a couple of weeks noticing the problem, because it's going to be out forever.
Yeah, that is
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's tough, isn't it? I think it's just about balance and the middle ground. Like,
just do whatever you want.
How long have we been rolling for, man?
I don't know. You had a topic you wanted to cover as well, didn't you?
Did I? No,
you had a story, an art-related story that you've been sitting on for a month.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
So in early December, I did this course. Right. I'm hoping the people who run this course don't see this but anyway, so I did this course. And it was just a free course in Liverpool.
It was this, and I'm not gonna. You won't get this.
Oh, he was there, yeah. He was there, yeah. So, but basically, this course was music marketing and video production, which, like, I know a bit about and have done, especially the video production stuff. But like, I wanted to do it because it was ran by a guy who's in a semi-famous band and has also worked in the film industry and has got a lot of connections. I also wanted to meet other people who were going to be on the course and meet other artists and other creatives in Liverpool, because I've just moved there and I don't know anyone. So,
loser.
and so we did this course, and it was 2 weeks, and it was every day for 2 weeks, and it was really good, and we made some cool shit. And I kept in touch with people, and there's people I want to work with again in the future and stuff, and we might get some people on the pod at some point.
It would be really good to have some videographers around and editors and shit, because that shit's hard.
Yeah, right, exactly. And the guy who was running the course, like I say, was in sort of semi-successful band, has made films before, and he would get all these different people in to come and give us lectures in the morning, people who work in the industry. That was all great. But he said to us at one point, he said to our little group that we'd sort of made in this thing, he's like, I'm doing a showing in the cinema room through there tonight of this little like documentary short film that I've made. You know, a few people that were involved in making it were coming down. Would you just want to stay and watch it? And we're like, oh yeah, no, it'd be interesting to see like what he's made. I've not seen any of his films
if
before.
you're going to teach us, I might as well see what you've done. Like,
and it was a film about this poet from Liverpool, and basically, he'd also said, because my dad had done another course with him, like ages ago, and apparently he was making this film while they were doing that course with my dad. And he was like, "Oh, your dad's in this film." And he was like,
"Oh shit!"
Because they used apparently they used all the people that were in the film as like extras and stuff for little cutaway scenes. So this film was basically a sort of talking head interview of the poet, sort of telling bits about his story, and then he would read bits of his poetry, and it would cut away to what I thought were gonna be, when he was saying, "Oh, your dad was in it, and so was in it, and your dad was really good." What was gonna be sort of a visual representation of the poetry that was being read. You know, just a little cutaway scene, whatever. It was just pictures, right? Like, it was all in black and white. It'd be the poet talking, and then he'd start reading a bit of the poem, and it'd cut to a picture. You know, like when it does in a documentary sometimes, where it's just a slow,
Fades in.
yeah, like a slow zoom out or whatever on this picture. And after about the third picture, I thought something amiss here, something a bit weird. Even on the first picture, I thought that's a really high quality picture for like an old black and white, grainy looking photo. Because this poet's he's sort of in his 60s and he was talking about his childhood. So I assumed that these pictures were from back in the day. And that's a really high quality image to say it's like an old black and white photo. A couple of pictures in, it's a picture of a man outside his shop with a bicycle. It's like, something wrong with that bicycle there. It had like 3 handlebars. It looked a bit fucked up and a bit distorted.
It's not, is it? It's not.
And I slowly started to realise that as these pictures went on, that these are all just AI generated images.
No. Oh no.
And I was like, I was flabbergasted, right? Because I was like, this guy,
who the fuck are you teaching?
It's meant to be
what I mean?
teaching us how to make visual
that's
art.
Infuriating, man.
Right. And I was
and
like,
he's not even making it himself. It's like, mate, I know how a keyboard works, lad.
What was even weirder was, it became apparent that they weren't even good AI images, because there'd be like ones of someone sat in their living room and all the, you know how AI can't do things right quite, and like they'd have like 6
Hands
fingers
and
or like
teeth and shit like that.
The pictures in like the wall art on the background would just be all fucked up, swirly
or
shit.
like clock faces without hands and that kind of shit.
And then I realised there was one of a priest, and I was like, oh, he looks familiar. Him. And when my dad had done the course, he did it with my Uncle Terry, who's not my actual uncle.
So,
your dad's mate.
This picture of a priest came up and you went, hold on, there's no little boy. This isn't real.
He did it with
a little boy.
He did it with my Uncle Terry, who's your dad's mate, but he's not your actual uncle. I was like, that priest kind of looks like my Uncle Terry there. Careful.
Shit.
And then another one come up, and it was a bus conductor, and I was like, that was a bit like my dad. What he'd done was, he'd shot a bunch of stuff with me dad and all these other people who'd done the course in it,
and then
realised it was shit, and just used them as the basis of these AI characters. Oh. So I was like, afterwards, one of the women who works for the company was like, oh, did you see your dad in the film? I was like, well, I saw some weird AI bastardization version of me dad that kind of looked like me dad, but a bit fucked up. I was like,
what the fuck's that about? Like,
and some of the images, like, there was one where it was a doctor's waiting room and the doctor was in the foreground and there was like patients just sat around in the background. But some of them were like, it wasn't even like,
not
they
even
tried.
Close.
Like, it wasn't even it was like just a big fucking blob of.
You should watch the new season of South Park. They've got an episode about that.
Mate.
Butters gets molested by Totoro. What, Spirited Away, is it?
Yeah. But I was just like,
Studio Ghibli said, I'm like, you bastardizing Totoro.
I said to him the next day, you know, we were in the class and I was like, I've got to ask, like, what
are you playing at?
Well, I tried to be nice, because it's annoying, really, because what I wanted to do was go, what the fuck was that? I wanted to stand up during the showing of the film and go, what the fuck is this?
Bullshit. That's bullshit. Yeah.
And we walked out afterwards, like a little group of us.
Rightfully so.
No. I mean, like, when it had finished, and we literally, as soon as we got out of the building, and I just went, well, that was fucking horrifying, wasn't it? What the fuck was that about? And we were like, yeah, I don't understand. Like, why would he ask us to come and watch that when it's quite clearly AI? You know what I mean? It's like it's not even trying to hide it. And what had happened was, I said to him the next day, because the thing is,
I mean, you can't hold your own piss when you're pissed off, to be fair. Like, I imagine that you brought that shit up straight away.
But he's a well-connected guy, right?
Yeah.
And he knows me dad, and he knows a lot of people in the industry. So I
it's
couldn't
not worth having a go.
I couldn't just be like, yo, what the fuck? This is completely fucked up.
Yeah, not worth saying it to his face. You'll say it on the pod.
So, yeah, well, he won't watch this, and if he does, I'm sorry, but fair enough, you know what I mean?
Welcome to the Starving Cowards podcast.
Yeah. Well, I thought I'd mention it 50 minutes into a podcast episode that only 30 people are going to see. I won't clip this bit. I'll clip it, but I won't put it on Instagram. I'll put it on TikTok. I just said to him, I was like, you know what, I enjoyed the film because the talking head interview bit was really good. And it was really well shot. Although actually that did piss me off because what I did realize halfway through, I did think, oh, this bit's really well shot though, because it'd sort of be like he'd be on this side of the frame, the poet, for some of the shots, and then some of the shots he'd sort of be over here. But then I realised that every time he changed from this side of the frame to this side of the frame, his hair was parted a different way and his lapel mic was facing the other way around. They hadn't even purposely shot it like that. They just shot one image of him and flipped it in the edit. Right? So I said, oh, like, yeah, I enjoyed the film, but what made you go with the AI stuff? And he was like, oh, well, we shot a bunch of stuff.
And it was shit.
But it wasn't really working in the edit. So, you know, we just decided to go with the AI because what had happened was he entered it into film festivals before it was finished.
This is the exact shit. Stop rushing your shit then. Finish it.
Because the deadline for the film festivals was there was a load of fucking around with the poet and having to edit and come up with all the AI images because the stuff that they shot hadn't worked. So he'd put it forward, but you register it, but then you don't have to send it to them until a certain deadline. So he had between when he registered it and when the deadline was to finish the film. So he just come up with all these AI images and fixed it all in the edit.
Do you want to go to Bondi Beach, mate?
Lad.
Do you want to go to Bondi?
It got shown.
Get rescued.
It got shown. The laurels from film festivals that were on this poster, it got shown in like 22 film festivals around the world. I'm like, what is going on? What is happening right now? Like, not only is it crazy to show that film in front of a room of your students and expect none of them to notice that you're using AI images, why did nobody in all of these film festivals go,
lazy?
That's gross and immoral.
Yeah, that's just lazy.
It's quite frankly quite rude.
An insult, really.
It's rude that you would even submit this to a festival of the arts. You know what I mean? Like, what is fucking going on with the world? It really
so annoying.
And mate, and I walked home that evening, and I thought about it for 25 minutes straight. And by the time I got home, I was fuming.
I bet. I fucking bet.
I was like, just what is going on?
And like, the last time we were on the pod, I'm pretty sure, was towing the line for there is an artistic use for AI, and I'll stand by that. There is a way to use it artistically, but it's certainly not that. It's certainly not that. Finding ways to, I don't know, create a new idea, like the sounds that.
I still don't agree with you, and I don't think we should have that conversation again because you can just watch
we already
last
did
episode
an episode
or the episode
about it.
before.
Yeah, I stand by a lot of those opinions, but it's the difference between using it as a really high level tool, the same way that you'd use a sequencer in the 80s.
I hate when people say use it as a tool.
No, but you can is the thing. You can use it. You can use it as a tool.
There's a difference between using it as a tool and
just typing in.
You become Japanese for a second there.
Yeah. I'm so annoyed. What have you done to Totoro, man? There's a way of using it as a tool, even such a plan. Like, I use ChatGPT sometimes to plan my shit. But then when it comes to actually doing my shit, you got to do it yourself because that's not going to come up with a fresh idea.
Yeah.
You know?
Have you heard about all of the environmental shit though?
Oh, it's terrible for the environment.
Yeah, you ChatGPTing one thing uses like more water than one person does in a week or some bollocks.
That's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fucked up. So maybe don't use ChatGPT for anything anymore.
Probably won't. But to be fair, I use it less and less because it's getting shitter as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
But also, like, all of the bad effects are like becoming apparent. Like all these people who are fucking killing people because of it. Like,
yeah, there's a problem on it as well with what's the word for it now? Basically, it blows smoke up your ass.
Yeah, it does it because it wants to keep you on the thing, good, right? Yeah.
But like, I think that there is potential use case for it, but it's wide open to pure fucking laziness.
Yeah. It needs a lot doing to it if it's going to become part of society in the way that it is becoming. Like, there needs to be more restraint on it and also like more direct uses from it. I don't think it's a good idea for everyone to just have access to something like that.
Yeah.
What I have been saying lately, actually, is like, why are people using it to fucking make art? You don't want it to make your art. You want it to like wash your dishes and shit. Right.
Yeah.
We need to be putting them into like little robo things that do like household chores that you can just go, Jeeves robot, go and
where it's
fucking
only got one function.
do my laundry.
Little physical body
and
is
it goes,
capable
yes,
of fulfilling
sir, I'll do your laundry. You know what I mean? Like proper futuristic shit where it's essentially just your butler. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what we're all after. Like, say, like when I was in uni, I'd use it for essays, but not to just write the essay. I'd take my grading criteria, I'd take the brief, I'd put them in, and then I'd take all of the different modules that we've done, and I'd take like all of the different topics and stuff, and I'd be like, right, here's what I want to kind of piece together, but I don't know how to structure this as a written kind of piece, you know? So then, like, not in terms of like, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do, but I'd be like, I want to work this idea in, and I want to work this idea, and I want to tie them together. What's kind of like the best order in which to do that? And I'd give myself a bullet point list through the AI of like, right, here's the topics you want to cover at which point, and here's the elements of which topics tie together the best. I'd take that, and then I'd write it myself with my own hands and my own brain and my own words, and then I'd take that, put it back in, grade it against the marking criteria. I'd go, right, you're a university professor. Here's the criteria. Take this essay and mark it. It was pretty accurate. It'd get close.
That end bit is a good use for it, sure.
There's ways to use it, but like, if you're going to be creative using AI, you have to be creative. That's the key. If you're creative in the way that you use it, the output will be creative because you've done that.
Yeah.
Whereas if I turned around and went, write me an essay about this, I'd get taken into a fucking office.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, why have you got the same essay as George?
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that happened to people, like, because you can tell, because it's shit. The output's terrible, but there's a way to
I don't know. I
fiddle, you know?
I personally am quite a purist, and I think, especially with creative stuff, like, if it didn't come directly from my hands or your hands or my mind or your mind, you know what I mean? Like, then I discount it if we're making shit. Like, and I don't think, just personally, I don't think I will ever use it for anything. It was funny at the start, like when you were sending those pictures in, it was like Jesus on the bag and stuff like that.
Mate, they were sick. Like, I couldn't have made that myself. That's boss.
Well, exactly. That was funny.
Art, baby. You know what I mean?
That was funny, but also like now it's getting really tiresome. There's a pub that I play sometimes, and all of the wall art is clearly just like AI cats wearing suits bullshit. And shit. It's like, no, this isn't tasteful in any way. You know what I mean? It's not even funny anymore. Like, the AI videos of fat people running through the house and destroying everything were funny the first time I saw one.
What you put in is what you get out. If you put in a creative prompt, you'll get a creative response. But it's still your creation just coming back to you in a different form.
Well, exactly.
So in that sense, yes, you can use it to be creative, but...
And even then, there's a limit to what it can do based on what you tell it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's never going to be as creative as a creative person is. You know?
No, that's very true.
Right, we've been going for fucking ages, so I think we should probably draw it to a close here.
Bye.
Yeah. Ushering in 2026. Anything we've got to plug? There will be music in the next few months. There's going to be music
this year.
In the first half of this year, there will be music.
And then there's going to be some pretty crazy announcements.
Yeah, some crazy announcements.
Uh-oh.
But also, like we said, more stuff with the pod. There's going to be guests. We're going to interview some people, maybe in some different settings, maybe some guest hosts, maybe just us interviewing people about being starving artists.
And we're going to start going to university campuses and getting people to debate us.
Yeah.
Shot.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I'm over
right,
it.
Well, there we go. That's the end. You're meant to say, aren't you?
Stay hungry.
Bitches.
Biatch.